2023, I bought my Nikon Z8, and obviously that's a beast of a camera, and that's where I started dipping my toe into the huge pond of, let me rather say, a huge ocean of videography skills that you need. So yeah, I basically started right from scratch again. Photography carries over a small bit to videography if you know how to do the lighting and exposure and that kind of things, but videography is just on a different level compared to photography. And so yeah, I basically had to learn videography skills all from scratch until where I am now. I'm not still 100% confident in what I'm doing, but I feel like I get decent quality most of the time. I think whenever I have to do something quickly, it's a bit of a stressful situation. But when I have the time to set things up, and that I feel like I can get really good quality out of the camera. So I think that also will come obviously with just more repetition and more practice. Practice makes perfect. So yeah, it's now been 3 years basically since I started videography, and all the things that you have to learn to get decent quality video is extraordinary. I mean, it's not just the camera settings and all that, it's the lighting, and even after recording you have to take it into an editing software where you have to do the color grading and all that kind of things. Even white balance, something just as simple as white balance becomes quite important on video, because it's not as easy as just changing it in post-production. Even if you shot in RAW, it's not a simple thing to just get the white balance correct afterwards. So I've recently started using the gray cards to just take the white balance before I start recording. It's quite crazy how much of a difference only setting your white balance to the correct value does. So yeah, there's so many things involved in videography. Obviously with photography, it's also most of these things are in both of the fields, but I feel like with photos it's much easier to get a decent photo afterwards in post-production than it is to try and fix your video. It is thousands of photos after all. If you think about that, a photo is just one frame, where a video like this is hundreds or thousands of frames that you have to edit. So the thing is, you can't just change one and then expect all of them to be different. The lighting change as you move and all that kind of things you have to keep in mind. So videography is definitely much more difficult than photography. I don't want to take away from photographers. Some of them are incredible and they make photos that you wouldn't believe are real or not AI. So obviously you can put photography to a next level where it obviously becomes much more difficult, but just for the normal person to get a decent photo and to get a decent video is two separate things. The video part is definitely much more difficult. And then I'm not even starting to talk about audio. I mean, if you just get me started on audio, it's quite an important part of a video, and it's definitely also not quite that simple. And that is a completely new thing from photography. You don't have that in photography. I mean, then the other thing is with videography, especially if you start filming yourself like this, it's a completely new skill that you have to learn. Where with photography, it's quite an easy thing to just take a picture of yourself. You don't have to really have any skill to do that. But to talk to a camera like this it's quite a different beast. I think the most difficult part about videography for me at this stage is the storytelling part of it. I feel like I've got the camera settings and the editing skills and the audio and that quite under the knee, but the storytelling part of it is quite a difficult one for me to get better at. So obviously this 30-day challenge that I'm doing has a lot of aspects that I'm looking to improve my skills at, and storytelling is one of them. So I'm hoping that in this 30 days I can see improvement in that as well. And that was my videography journey.